not, it's something even better. But she's glowing. I think the whole purpose of this activity for 7 days is to just see what I can do when I challenge myself. To start my day on a good note, move my body, get some fresh air, and then start the day and get shit done. Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This is the first of my 7 days with Zara May series, and I'm kicking it off with a fitness one. I'm going to do 7 days of the River Walk. For those of you who've not heard of it, have not done it, it is a bridge-to-bridge walk in the Penrith region around the Nepean River, and it's about, I think it's 6 or 7 Ks. So my challenge to myself is to do it every day for 7 days. So today's Sunday the 6th of March, I believe. Sorry, Sunday the 7th of March, and it's my first day doing it. It's 8:36 in the morning. It's not super early. I'm still waking up though. It looks beautiful outside. So yeah, I'm going to track my walk every day and see if I can also beat my time. Work on my fitness a little bit. But yeah, first day of 7 days first day of 7 days with Zara May, and the first of a few series to come. So let's kick it off. I'm gonna head out and I'll see you after the walk. Done. Wow, that was a big walk. It's pretty warm out there actually. For an autumn day. Just saving my workout and then I will share with you the result. So 6.44 kilometers, an hour and 9 minutes and 53 seconds, just to be precise. Not a bad way to start the day. It's now 9:50. So it was a decent walk. But she's glowing. What I'm going to do actually every day that I do the river walk, I am going to listen to a podcast and share with you what podcast I listened to and the value that I got from it. So recently I started listening to a podcast by a friend of mine, a girl I actually used to work with. Her name is Gabby. She has a thriving and amazing photography business called Embedo Photography, and she's just started this podcast recently. So it's called Fucked If I Know, and all of her podcasts so far, very straight to the point, really give the listener what they're looking for. Well, I found that anyway. And I just listened to her latest one. So there's a couple of podcasts that kind of sync together in regards to money. The first episode of that mini-series, I'd like to say, had some interesting guidance in regards to some journaling prompts. So I'm actually going to use those this week. But I definitely recommend listening to it if you're all about the manifestation life. She also has a manifestation workshop, and her story about where she started and how she got to her dream life, I'd like to say, or her manifested life, is very encouraging. Definitely recommend listening to her podcast. I'm now going to adult on this amazing Sunday. It's still quite early, so I'm going to go home, do some washing, clean the house, blah, blah, blah. This is the end of day 1 of 7 days with Zara May doing the river walk. So see ya tomorrow. Bye strangers. Day 2 of doing the river walk. It's currently 7:10 in the morning. I'm gonna get straight into it and try and beat time from walk 1, which I think was an hour 6 or an hour 7. So yeah, I've got the podcast I'm going to listen to ready to go, and I will talk you through that when I get back. Wish me luck, and I'll see you soon. I beat my time. So what I did differently, so the first walk, all I did was walk, a fast walk, and then in this one I'd walk for a while and then do jog, walk, jog, just to kind of build that pace. Okay. So 6.44 Ks, it's exactly what I did last time. And I did it in 1 hour and 1 minute. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. So 1 hour, 1 minute and whatever seconds that is, 6.44 Ks. So I beat it by 8 minutes, which is pretty cool. And a great way to start the day, feeling fresh. I'm so much more awake. Now the podcast I listened to today, I am absolutely obsessed with Zoe Marshall. This one is called Toxic Love Triangle. So some of the conversations she has with the people that she interviews are quite, can be quite traumatic if you've experienced anything that she's discussing. So this one was about a lady who was in a relationship with a guy who then introduced another girl, and the domestic violence that went with it. If you're interested in people's stories and how people get through things like domestic violence or situations that people don't necessarily understand or go through every day, definitely check out Zoe Marshall's podcast. It's called The Deep. I think it's just The Deep. Yeah, The Deep. So that was my morning. I beat my time today. I will see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I beat the time again. Get every last drop, because I'm fucking tired, man. Good morning, day 3 of 7. Funny story to start my day. I went into the kitchen to get my pre-workout so I could wake up, have a bit of support and caffeine for my walk/run. And I opened the drawer and I'm like, why can't I find my pre-workout? I actually opened the microwave. Yeah, so that's how my day started. Yeah, I gotta find a podcast to listen to. Maybe I'll do the Rise and Conquer podcast. I'll listen to the latest one. How to be unapologetically yourself and have meaningful conversations. Someone called Flex Mummy. I'm gonna listen to that. I will see you soon. Day 3 of 7 done. It's actually cool outside, but like I'm a hot, sweaty mess. Probably from my raising my heart rate just a little bit. Excuse me. Just being real, guys. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I beat my time again. Alright, 6.44 kilometers again. I did it in 59 minutes and 57 seconds. So I've got it under an hour. And the podcast I listened to. So as I mentioned, it was a podcast called Rise and Conquer by Georgie Stevenson. She's actually the owner and co-creator of Naked Harvest. So the podcast, How to Be Unapologetically Yourself and Have Meaningful Conversations with Flex Mummy. It was interesting understanding Flex Mummy's kind of like, I guess, journey. So she's a DJ. And when we see DJs out in the club or online, or we hear their music, they really look like they're enjoying themselves, that the music's really what they love and what they thrive on. But with her, it wasn't the case. She just was given an opportunity to do DJing, and it was just another job. So from that I got that no matter what career someone chooses or what we perceive someone to enjoy isn't necessarily the case. So I found that quite interesting. And a good point in that part of the podcast that I took was that if you fail or if you succeed, either way people are going to forget about it. So take the risk, do the thing, and just fucking live your best life. I got that from the beginning of the podcast. And then she talks about 6 steps in regards to what to do before you get to the successful part of the process of being successful. Figure out who you are, figure out who you want to be, what do you want, why do you want that, how are you going to get it, and then once you do get it, what are you going to do? So I'm going to do that as a bit of an activity for myself this week. And also, we can get wrapped up in the fear of opportunity, but if you do actually choose to do something, you'll feel better for it no matter what the result is. That's day 3. I've beaten my time by a lot more than I thought in just 3 walk runs, which means that for the next 4 I'm going to have to work harder because I'm trying really hard to beat the time every time. Enjoy your day. I will see you on day 4. And peace. Day 4 of the river walk/jog. It is currently 5:10 p.m. Yes, I was just listening to Eminem because guess who's back? It is an afternoon river adventure today. We had a huge downpour of rain last night. It was supposed to storm this morning. So I made a decision not to do the walk, and I woke up and it actually hadn't rained this morning, but I think my body needed the sleep in anyway because it's been a pretty full-on week. Friday afternoon walk, day 4 of 7. I'm going to try and do today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday to try and finish it off. I did initially want to do 7 days in a row, but it just didn't happen because of weather or other circumstances, but here we are. I've got my podcast ready to go, and yeah, again, let's see if I can beat the time. See you soon. Let me turn down my Beyonce wind. The reality of walking and jogging nearly 6.5 kilometers is a red as fuck face. I'm scared to check my time because I feel like I actually may not have beat yesterday's time. Okay, so let's bring up yesterday's one. I'm a little bit nervous because I feel like I didn't beat it. One moment, please. The 11th of March was yesterday. Today's the 12th, yep. 6.44 Ks, 59.58 minutes. Alright, so let's go to today's one, which is the 12th of March. 6.44 Ks, 59 minutes and 14 seconds. Whew. So I ended up deciding to listen to the Mindset Mentor. Oh, fuck, someone's parking right next to me. He either was or is about to read a book by a lady who works at a hospice in the States, in America. And she works with people who are dying, and they constantly talk about what they regretted either doing or not doing with their life. And the average lifespan of someone, he was saying, is about 85. And people normally get to the age of about 40, 45 and think, fuck, I've done nothing with my life, nothing that I've wanted to do. We tend to actually live our life based on what we think other people want, rather than doing something that we actually want to do. So just because we learned something or we studied something or we did a job from the age of whatever, 16, 17, 20, doesn't mean you have to stay in it. And I am proof of that. I've had so many different jobs. I guess moral of that one is to just, you've got one life. Like, you literally only have one life. Whether you believe in the afterlife or reincarnation or whatnot, here and now it's one. I am in my early 30s and I'm not getting any younger, so that's why I decided to start YouTube, start a podcast, do the things. If they work out, great. If not, I've got a hobby and I enjoy it. I did it. I slightly beat my time, which is good. 4 done, 3 to go. I'd like to get it to 50 minutes. So let's see. I've set myself a goal, a challenge. Hopefully I get there. If not, I've already exceeded my own expectations by already beating time. So yay for me. So I'm gonna go home now, have a shower, relax, spend some time with my dog and the partner, and yeah, we'll see you on walk number 5. Bye. I'm sure this is day 5 of 7. I thought it was 6 of 7, but you know, can't count. I feel like I'm gonna need to pee halfway through this walk. It's actually a little bit cold, and I think I put too much water in this. It's alright. Might make me go faster. So I got down here at 6:45 today, so a little bit earlier than normal, and I actually sat down. There's like a little picnic bench, and I sat and I just watched the sunrise and listened to nature and had a look at a few things on social media. While I was also kind of down there watching the sunrise, I was having a look at a few podcasts, tossing it between 2. So I've got the Girl Interrupted podcast. There's one called Decoding Your Human Design, which I'm quite interested in. And then I'm also looking at the podcast, We Don't Have Time for This. They're 2 mums. So a lot of it is about being a mum, which is interesting, but I'm only a puppy mum, so I don't know if I can relate to a lot of it. But there was one about, here, being an actor is a continual punch in the guts. Gemma used to be an actress on Neighbours. No, I'm going to do the human design one, I think. Decoding your human design. That is what I will listen to. Wow, the sun is so bright. Okay, I'm going to go for a walk now because I'm about to go blind. I will see you after. Bye. Alright, that walk's given me my natural glow again. But I'm done, finished number 5. Let's see how I did. Okay, so I did 6.44 kilometers in 55 minutes and 45 seconds. I mentioned that I was going to listen to that podcast talking about the human design, but when it started I was like, not really feeling it for the walk. Could be something I'm interested in, but I might do that when I'm actually kind of sitting down and can concentrate, because I'd like to do that on myself, the human design piece. So I ended up listening to the podcast We Don't Have Time for This, and the one that's titled Being an Actor is a Continual Punch in the something. Anyway, so it's actually quite interesting. I mean, I personally didn't take anything away from that podcast for myself, but it's just a really interesting podcast, and interesting how, I guess, the acting TV movie world kind of works with auditions, and how some people might feel, how they live, how they survive during auditions. And I think both of the ladies that host it vibe really well. They're best friends, and it's just really cute, and they do talk about their children, which again, I don't have kids, but it's cute. It's a really, really cute podcast. I definitely recommend listening to it, especially if you are a parent. They talk about some of the struggles, and it's just really interesting, and it was a great story. I feel like I may have beat my time again. So the last one I did in 59:14, and then this one I did 55:46. Wow. I am proud of myself. I have to try and do 2 more runs, but it's going to be torrential rain all week. Sometimes things are out of your control when you want to do something. For example, rain. I mean, I'm all for walking and running through like a light sprinkle, but heavy rain, no, not gonna happen. So yeah, hoping Mother Nature kind of lies and I have a couple more sunny days so I can finish the 7 days, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna get my day started, and I will see you during the next walk. Bye. Good morning. Walk round number 6. It is supposed to be torrential rain from about 11, so I can still get my walk in today, which I'm super excited about. And as much as I wish this was a burrito, a breakfast burrito, it's not. It's something even better. Glisman socks. I've been wearing long socks because when I wear ankle socks, because I run along the river, there's dirt and stuff everywhere. It just constantly gets into my shoe. It's just really uncomfortable. Oh, those are cute. Definitely going to spot me a mile away. There we go. And I've already picked my podcast. I was actually going to listen to this one yesterday, but thought I would save it for today because I think it's going to be quite interesting. So I love the name of this podcast. It's a really good play on words. So it's this one here by Brittany Saunders, and it's called A Whole Lot of BS. So it's got 2 meanings. It's got 2 meanings, so a whole lot of Brittany Saunders and a whole lot of bullshit, because she talks about a whole lot of BS. So this one is called The Ugly Side of Dealing with Employees. And she mentions in the description that having employees is one of the coolest things in the world. It means your business is thriving. Having people on your journey with you is so exciting and rewarding at the same time. But at the same time, is one of the biggest challenges that any business owner will face. And today she wants to chat to us about it. It's currently 7:14. I'm off. I will see you afterwards. I don't know how I'll go, if I'll beat my time. I'm gonna try even just a little bit. But yeah, wish me luck. See you soon. So I didn't beat my time from yesterday. I actually ran a little bit slower. What do you do? So yesterday I did the 6.44 Ks in 55 minutes and 46 seconds. And today I did it in 56 minutes and 46 seconds. So it was only 1 minute. Exactly 1 minute. Wow. If only I jogged a little bit more. That's okay. I listened to that podcast by Brittany Saunders, A Whole Lot of BS. And the one in regards to the ugly side of dealing with employees. It was interesting. It's from her point of view, so she's a business owner, and she talks about some of the challenges with employing staff, dealing with staff issues, workplace drama, creating a culture and a workplace for her staff. And an interesting comment, and I think we all know from an employee's point of view, a lot of people just go to work or work for a company to get their paycheck and go home, which is fine. That is what it is. But there are those staff members who really are passionate about the business owner's business, about what they do for their clients or their community. Therefore, that's why they're working there. And that is flipping fantastic. But yeah, it was an interesting podcast. I had one pop up just then from Rise and Conquer. Georgie Stevenson is doing an interview or a podcast with Brittany Saunders. So I'm going to listen to that this morning. In my head, I wanted to do this 6.44 Ks in 50 minutes. I don't think that's going to happen, but if I can at least get it under my current quickest time, I'll be happy. So wish me luck, and I will see you on my last attempt. Bye. That brings us to the end of the video. My original plan for this was to do the river walk 7 days in a row. Firstly, I was unable to get 7 attempts. I managed to get 6, and they weren't done 7 days in a row either. I was unable to do so because of a couple of personal reasons. The main reason I was unable to get my last attempt was due to flooding where I live. So I'm gonna add a picture up here or here that will actually show the area which I run and how high the water is. You can see that there are actually a lot of trees that are nearly all the way under. So the river actually rose over 10 meters. And the spot I'm actually going to point out is where I run off the road and down through the river bend. So I wasn't able to do that. However, what I was able to do was I was able to actually meet my goal of beating my time. So you can see the first and last attempt here. And I'm quite proud that I can walk or run nearly 6.5 kilometers in less than an hour. So I'm stoked with that. I'm quite happy with my attempts and the fact that I did tick one of my goals, so yay for me. I found that on the days that I did those walks, I was feeling a lot better physically because I did move my body. I do sit down for work pretty much all day, so it's quite important for me to get up and get out and move around. But I think mentally as well, it just prepared me for the day. It made me feel happy, and yeah, I really enjoyed doing this little 7-day challenge. I think I might do another attempt and again try and do 7 attempts in 7 days. It's a habit that I'm going to continue until it gets super cold here in Australia and I can't get up that early. The other thing I really enjoyed was listening to podcasts those days, and I hope you enjoyed that part of the video, me sharing some of the podcasts that I listen to quite often and what I got from them. So I will link their details down in the description box if you would like to check them out. But thank you so much for joining me for another video. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That would be amazing and I would appreciate it so much. But thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.